Screw that, she's your mother.
It starts with a written word and the fact that you had 4 damn good actresses.
She has a date.
Oh.
Is that true, Dorothy? Do you have a date tonight?
Rose, I mean, that's an awfully personal question. Yes!
We get the credit, but we couldn't do it without that writing.
We never had a script until the morning of rehearsal, and then it was spent practically falling over each other with laughter.
The writers were so phenomenal, Susan Harris and Paul Witt and Tony Thomas, that we were like 4 points on a compass. Somehow they hit on very serious problems and still managed to keep the audience amused.
I have a warrant for your arrest. I'll have to ask you to come with me.
What for?
Violation of the city's housing codes. Lady, you're a slumlord.
Dorothy, don't worry. We'll have you out of jail in no time. I'll get the best attorney Social Security can buy.
Susan Harris is remarkable. A scene would need help, and she'd write another whole scene, and it was magic what she could do.
And whenever there was a problem, she could step in and make it right. And of course, it turned out to be wonderful.
The fact that we were 4 mature women helped. We could be a little racier than younger girls if they did some of the things or talked about some of the things we did.
How was the sex?
So good we named it!
I sometimes wake in the middle of the night and think of a line, and I start laughing and can't stop. There was just so many goodies. Rue would go to the Rusty Anchor to sing and pick up men, and she got up and did Making Whoopee. I couldn't even believe it. She's sitting on some man's lap, and she said, is that a gun, or are you
Just happy to see me. I don't know that people thought that older women shouldn't talk about sex. In fact, we got away with murder.
We weren't questioned. Very seldom were we ever told that's a little, whether it was because all the women were older and could get away with it, I don't know.
The second year we had the first show, the other women tell Blanche, always be on the bottom. Don't be on top, because your flesh will fall forward and you look awful. Oh, she said, that's ridiculous. So they get her a mirror, and I take the mirror and I put it on the stove and I lean over it. I say, oh my God. And then try it this way. Oh, it was wonderful. I don't remember the rest of that show, but I can't forget that scene.
One of my favorite episodes was when Stell entered the 2 of us in a mother-daughter beauty contest at Shady Pines. For the talent section, we did I Got You, Babe, dressed as Sonny and Cher. I weep because it was so clever.
Oh, for goodness sakes! Why, you two could be celebrity lookalikes.
Oh, Blanche, how do you really think so?
Well, absolutely. So which one's Cheech and which one's Charles?
I loved everything that had to do with Estelle taking her back to the old apartment in New York where I was a kid. I opened the door and there's a Puerto Rican there, and I put my hand over her mouth. Now look, Ma, I don't want you to be disappointed if the new tenants don't let us in.
Buenos dias.
Oh, God.
And that just happened. Well, the laugh went on for days.
Miami Vice was a big show at that time. Don Johnson was going to be a guest on some charity thing that the girls were doing, and he couldn't show up, so they hung his clothes on the wall. For some reason or other, Beeve got laughing. Well, of course, when somebody laughs like that, we all did, but we could all stop. She couldn't. It was just delicious.
I thought, what fun we're having. I don't think there'll ever be anything quite like that again.
I think any show that's as successful as Golden Girls, it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. If you don't feel proud of being a part of a show that has that kind of track record, then shame on you. That's a privilege.
I thought, we've done 7 great years. We cannot do anything better. And it's It's time to stop.
You know, this is the first day of the last season. It puts an atmosphere in the air that you're aware of in the back of your mind at all times.
We counted the weeks. It went much too fast.
It got harder as the season got shorter. It got more sentimental. That was a family for 7 years, and all of a sudden, we're all breaking up.
Well, it's been an experience that I'll always keep very close to my heart. We were so close, all four of us. It was, my God, I'm leaving my home. I'm leaving. You're angels. All of you.
That was truly an emotional experience when she left.
Dorothy, is this goodbye?
I mean, for me, at least, it was not Dorothy leaving. It was Bea leaving and the show being over.
You knew it was over for real because she was going away with Leslie Nielsen. I'd have gone away with Leslie Nielsen, but then you know how I am.
I love you. And I want to know, will ya?
I think he's going to ask her out again.
Well, most people jumped out of windows or something, right? I was delighted. I thought it was a nice way to get me out of that crazy house with a lot of love intact.
Everything's got to end sometime, and you got to go forward.
All my memories are visual. I see the set, the living room, the kitchen. I feel the energy on that set and the energy in the writers around the table.
The fact that we all won Emmys was marvelous and much appreciated. But again, it goes back to the fact that we had the best material with which to work.
The best writers, the best team. It took 200 people to put that show on every week. It's funny, yes. It's very funny. But the feeling of warmth and the dignity that their friendships engendered, it's an unbeatable combination.
We were aware of it right from the beginning. Nobody had ever seen anything like it.
We knew at the time what a privilege it was.
We were fabulous. You'll always be my sisters. Always.